All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Ouran High School Host Club, episode 9. We had a beach episode last week. It got into some interesting things.
Yes, a couple beaches had to be drop-kicked as well.
Yes, and private, I keep on trying to say military police, but
it's
private
too focused on the privates.
Police leaving stuff for Honey to find as an apology for their escapade previously.
Indeed.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it so much.
Yes, we had some awkwardness. We had some adorableness.
We did.
We had, all in all, a lot of stuff we learned about, Haruhi. So that's pretty good.
And Tamaki didn't end up really, properly realizing just how immature he was being. But yeah.
It's all a progression.
Here we are.
So, y'all, without further ado, let's just jump right into it.
I love it already.
Royalty could be on their way. Oh my, I was right. We have a procession here. This can't be for Tamaki. The procession would be much more grand.
Yes.
Oh boy. Why haven't we been refilled? Oh, well, not the manager, but
Yeah. Wow. I love it.
Buttering her up to be like,
Yeah.
please.
Wait.
What?
Oh.
Who is this?
Indeed.
Oh. Oh. Oh my. Lobelia
just
Girls
like that.
Academy. Well.
I love it.
Oh my god. Ah.
よくいらっしゃいました、姫よ。ああ、たとえ世界が滅びようと、今日から僕は命に変えても君を守るナイトで。
Yes, White Knight as hard as you can.
命に変えてもだなんて、随分と傲慢な感情ではなくて、それで女が喜ぶとでも大思いかしら。
Don't you know that diamonds are a girl's best friend?
男なんて自分の名誉が一番な下等生物ですもの。
Well,
自分の
okay.
守れない不甲斐なさを都合よく変換して。せがましいったらありゃしない。
oh shit!
Wow.
お父さんね。
Oh, well, for Tamaki this means war.
Yep. And all of a sudden they're like,
エニバラ様ったら遅い。
back off.
Benibara.
とね。この子お肌すっごく。
磨けば光る天然素材ね。
待て、うちの肌に勝手に触れるな。触るな、俗物。
殴った。乱暴だよ。
No.
Oh my god! Amazing!
高等部2年、天草紅を。
Maksa.
同じく2年、前原千鶴。
Oh, okay, so last was a nickname, okay.
同じく1年。諏訪吹ひな子。
Amazing.
我、セントロベリア女学院白百合の会
The drama
と
club.
呼んで。
Yes.
Zuka
The
club.
Zuka Club.
Okay.
歌部は侮ってはなりませんわ。
Is this Renga? Yeah,
Here
yeah.
comes Ringa! She ascends with glorious exposition
In
to deliver.
costume with an umbrella and everything.
もう女学校萌えならお任せよ。
Wow, shots fired.
Just throws the cup away.
乙女お茶会に乙女討論会、そして何よりもトップメンバーによる歌とお芝居。
Ah, here we go.
Right.
Yep. So you're right. Essentially, it is the theater drama club. Yes.
But they do like all kinds of things apparently.
Were those men like subdued and like bowing like?
Yeah.
あくまでも憧れ。現実に周りに男の子がいないのは私はダメ。
Non-starter.
Yep. And then it just lowers back down.
それは外見の美と権力や肉欲に負けない清い
Of course,
精神。
yes.
女だから女のくせに男の高圧的な女性蔑視にはもううんざり。
That's an
Awesome.
outfit.
All right, let's see where this goes.
それは同性同士であるがゆえの魂からの対等関係。
Mm.
例えばそうそれが恋愛関係であろうともね。
Oh my.
やだわ、絵によったら。
Oh
ベニバラ
my.
様。
They've already tuned out. Wow.
マジ帰れ。
あらあら、私たちの崇高な愛に言葉もないって感じ？
何言ってんのこの人。あ、これまだ飲んだことない。
How she really feels like guts there.
Yep. Yep. He was actually just swinging the sword straight
Yep.
up and down. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
こんな大事な女性とまで巻き込んでいたとは。部長がハーフだかなんだか知らないが、派手な外見で偽りの
What does half European have to do with it at all?
心をもてあそぶなど完全な女性蔑視。部活動を名乗りながら
Yes, you
私利私欲
play
に
those
走るのは
snares.
言語道断。僕は違う。このオーラを
This means war, I guess. There we go.
見せると。
Oh
Oh my
man.
god! Jesus Christ!
なるほど。
God!
話は分かった。
Oh my god!
またにしてくれるかな。
Jesus Christ!
Okay. All right.
わお。
うちのにカルチャーショックでね。
あのね、たまちゃん今お休みマンなの。では4人でお茶会にいたしましょう。
君たちは間違っているぞ。女と女がラブラブして何の生産性があるというのだ。神様は何のために
Oh god!
リブを
Oh god!
Yes. Yes.
Yes!
もう
Wow.
つけてくださいよ。
That was amazing.
That was beautiful.
Just admit it, Tamaki. It's that you're jealous.
Yeah.
現状を知った以上、こんな部に乙女を置いておくわけにはいかない。至急、ロベリアへの編入手続きを取り、彼女をズカ部へ迎え入れる。
Sure. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
ちょっと待ってください。
Mm-hmm.
いろいろ誤解もあるようですし。
You can't decide things for me. I'm my own person.
たまちゃんハーフだよ。フランスと日本のハーフちゃん。
That kind of makes sense, actually.
私利私欲の部活だとかいうのはいくらなんでも言い過ぎ
No, no, that definitely is kind of what they're doing
る
here.
わけでも。
代
Wait.
金というかポイント制だな。
Wait.
ホームページでのネットオークションのお買い上げ額による優先
Oh, we finally talked about the economics
Yeah.
of this
シャーペンシルがちょうど今3万円で落札されている。
Oh my
と
god.
思ってたやつ。めちゃめちゃ前後発
Wow.
お金取ってるなんて聞いてませんよ。
ボランティアであんなサービスをしているとでも、
Of course
イベント
not.
経費に衣装代にお客様
We don't
Right.
make any money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
差し引けば利益はビビる。
Oh, okay, there is some.
That's
人のもの
impressive.
勝手に売らないでください。泥棒です。
泥棒じゃないもん落ちてたんだもん
Of course they would.
ごめんよハルヒー。隠してたわけ。
That face!
これ俺のシャーペンあげる。ほらクマちゃんのやつ。
いりませんよそんなの。
なんなら俺の出生の秘密も全部明かす。17年間の壮大なるメモリ
God.
ーとともに。
いやそれ初耳の中で。
She wasn't gonna leave before, but now she might actually appreciate the break.
Oh my god, this art. So off style. Love it.
騙されてショックでしょ。
あんな連中恋して
That pout face.
Yep, yep.
まあ
Oh
待て
my
ひな
god.
自分も今日はこれで失
I
礼し
have
ます。
I have
Okay.
things to do and think about.
He's like, these
Stern
turns will sell
Haruhi.
for so
It's
much.
like I can get at least 5,000 yen per photo of this.
Yeah.
やっぱしシャーペン売っちゃったのはダメだったよね。
This is such a blatant advertisement. I love it.
俺に秘策がある。
I love it. It's probably gonna go terribly.
You don't say, Tamaki.
Yeah.
He has a plan.
I'm very worried.
I'm very worried and slightly intrigued.
Yeah. Yes! Oh my god!
I want to hear the Ouran. Or did he not even do anything? Glorious. Oh my god.
Honey is
you are
so
adorable.
cute.
Well done, honey.
まさかとんでもない。すべて計算通り。ロベリアの箱入りお嬢様にはわかるまいが。
Oh.
はとかくおまけに弱いもの。
Oh.
Wait, this is all based on the pen?
魅力を感じているかもしれん。だがしかし、我が部を選べば、お兄様、お姉様もついてくる。
Okay. Mother? Yeah.
お姉様って呼んでいいよ。
He doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything.
そんなものに乙女が騙されるものか。ふざけるのもいい加減に。限界意味わかんない。バカだバカだとは思うんだけど。
But it just shows how much they care, you know?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't breathe.
何考えてんですか本当に。
だって春日と一緒にホスト部やりたいんだもん。
すみません。世の中にはいろんな人がいるし、皆さんのような考え方も独特で面白いとは思いますが、自分には将来の目的があってこの学院で勉強しているので、初めからこのオーランをやめるつもりはないんです。
Right. None of them have found out what that goal is of the host club.
Sure.
Kyoya's like taking notes, like behind the fan, like goal for my future.
Exactly.
すまなかった。諦めないよ、乙女。
We will be recurring characters.
い
Yeah.
つか必ず君をここから救い出し、このホスト部を潰してみせると。
We welcome the challenge. Hey, there we go.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Oh,
And Renga
wait, Renga.
was the banana master all along?
物語はさらに佳境へ入るのであった。これからの彼らを待ち受ける運命はいかに。
Renga orchestrated the Zuka Club to come in.
Yes.
Now we'll have a battle. Ah! This episode
Wow.
was a ride!
That was
It
amazing.
just kept going!
Yep. Oh man. And I
so
love
good.
how it was so blatantly obvious that no. Haruhi's not actually considering going with them. She would never want to go with
Y'all
them,
are
right?
trying to force her, like,
Right.
come on.
But because they weren't actually like really paying attention to her,
Right.
just their own like fears and like, oh no, all these wonderful antics happen.
Yep. Y'all, that episode was so jam-packed with little, like, jokes and stuff.
Oh
I
my god.
have to see this episode in the dub now.
Yeah, for real.
I
Like,
cannot wait to see how they did this episode. Because
Oh,
there were
man.
so many moments in here where the voice acting was just belting out with pure, raw drama. Just
this is
amazing performances. And yet, when I thought I had pegged like the voice actors for like like voice actors is like this is who you are. No, the two for the ones that seem the most familiar, like very small time voice actresses. But then the voice actress for Benibara is freaking like Yelena in Attack on Titan.
right. So
and, like,
tall girl.
like a whole bunch of recent stuff.
But I gotta say, there are a few reasons why I really love this episode. One, this amount of wackiness is the kind of thing that you can only do in anime.
Only in anime.
So go with it. Like,
Yeah.
have a
Don't stop.
ball. Like, just cut
have a
loose
banana
and-
too.
Exactly, right. You
One
can
for
have
you,
all
one
of this
for you,
ridiculous
3
stuff
for you.
happening, and then randomly banana peel because there's a monkey, because the mechanized platform that gets raised up. Apparently Renga's been teaching a monkey to throw banana peels at on command
To set up wonderful little trysts and interesting situations.
Yes, exactly. But then you have the idea that this is basically the Nega host club, right? This is the inverse host club, right? That then has to do battle with them, right? And the
I see what you're
idea
saying.
that because the host club is so over the top, so dramatic and everything, needlessly dramatic, right? And that's why we love it. The whole conflict of this episode revolved around something that I would absolutely see a lot of stories doing for the sake of melodrama of like,
no.
Haruhi
Will
gets
Haruhi actually-
bothered because of things that they're doing, and now she's actually considering leaving. No.
She never considered it.
No, but they didn't bother to actually ask if she wanted to.
Neither side did.
Which is delightfully poetic and ironic that the group of ladies that are all like, we're sick of people telling us what to do and what we can be, they're then like, come, you're coming with us, whether
Because
you like
you're
it
a
or not,
woman.
because you're a woman, and oh my God.
It was amazing.
It was incredible. It was
so
beautiful.
great.
And
What I loved so much about this is that this episode actually felt delightfully mature at points, despite how immature a lot of the humor got. Like, ridiculously so. There were some moments there where I realized, oh my God, there are people that are going to absorb what they're talking about here that is really like good stuff because the humor breaks down their guard. And the humor does a great job at that. And the idea that this club here, the Zuka Club, that has so much bravado, confidence, power, regality, it just oozes charm. Is so completely askew in so many of their ways of thinking here that they feel very similar, not the opposite of the Ouran High School Host Club. They feel like they're full-on brothers and sisters. They're right alongside each other, going pretty much the same direction in certain ways, but they're never going to meet because, instead of like you're saying, which is like they're going like opposite or right at each other in conflict. They're actually right alongside each other, just going the same direction, but they'll never mingle because
it's the whole thing where like
completely different.
The people
ways
that
of
get
doing
under
things.
your skin the most are the people that are similar to you,
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
And so that's what happens here. Side note, my headcanon now is that Ragyo Kiryuin went to that school and founded that club. The whole thing of the guys like kneeling and like it almost seemed like they were like
They're
support
chained up.
yeah, for them to walk down the procession. He was like, okay. And then of course the salute and the flag and everything. It's just like wow. Okay.
Oh my God.
Like
Then we have the host club, who is completely frazzled by this whole thing because they're realizing that they are outclassed in almost every way with regards to presentation.
Well,
no, really. When the Zuka Club came up, they were basically like, what? Women that won't succumb to our charms? And
well,
also,
yes.
they're expositing for a full-on, 3 minutes. They're like, okay, I just tuned out. Like,
so
sorry.
totally.
I'm not finished here.
Okay.
They owned them in presentation to the point where they felt like they needed to emulate the Zuka Club in order to keep Haruhi at their club. Because they genuinely thought that because of all this, that Haruhi would actually switch clubs.
Oh, man.
See, regardless of whether or not they were completely outclassed in terms of presentation, which I believe they were, they believed they were.
That's true because and this is why Tamaki as a leader of the club is so wonderful.
It's so wonderful, yes.
Because he is so easily swayed.
Yes.
Right?
Quite so.
And he's charismatic enough that he ropes everyone else into his games. Now with Kyoya, I get the feeling Kyoya is actually just like
he's farming the Reddit karma. He's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I am snapping this. I am I am going to use this for. We're going to make money.
This is all part
of
the
this.
business, you know.
Keikaku Dori.
Now, the only thing I will say as far as the classing, because I definitely think that in this situation they outclassed them as far as the performance, but I feel like the host club wasn't actually attempting to go toe-to-toe with them class-wise because...
Until the point where they showed up.
Yes, but many episodes have begun with showing them doing their full, regalia, awesomeness. And,
like they did with the armor, too.
Well, yeah, like they did with the armor. But
you telling me that synchronized Lobelia, and then they introduce each other's names and titles and stuff? Yeah. That was 3 people perfectly in sync.
That is a great
working
point.
with a singular raising the bar. Like it was. You said they were a drama club basically before they even said what their club was because it was such good presentation. It only could have come from drama students.
Not necessarily such good presentation, but such dedicated presentation.
Yeah.
Because
nothing that the host club has ever put on.
Well, sure, but the impression that I got from it was that the host club was just sort of like, what?
Yes, of course. That's what we were like too.
Right. But and that's why they were like just playing on their games or whatever, and they weren't taking it seriously until they get scared of like, hold on a second, they're trying to take Haruhi from us. Wait, this isn't gonna work. Wait, is it gonna work? Wait, hold on. And then all of a sudden they start blustering and doing all sorts of stuff in order to try and keep her there.
Tamaki's like, what would she even get out of a girl relationship? What was the point of Adam and Eve then? And the banana comes in.
And finger into the instant coffee. Oh my god. Like, Tamaki is so unaware of himself.
Yeah.
Because if we were to count up all the episodes from the beginning of the show to now and the number of times where Tamaki basically got jealous, like obscenely jealous, right?
Yep.
Because of like, oh no, don't look at Haruhi. Don't,
it's a
whatever.
1-to-1 ratio of how many scenes does he become dramatic to how many times does he get jealous, basically.
Pretty much.
Pretty close.
Pretty much. So
it'd be like 1.9, you know?
And he always has some new excuse, right? Whether it's you can't look at her in a bathing suit, only I can do that. Or what would she even get out of a relationship?
Admiring and touching her beautiful skin?
Right.
You need to ask permission.
Well,
he did not say you need to ask her permission. He said you need to ask permission out of context, implying
from
that
him. Yeah.
From him.
and also the whole idea of them like touching her skin and being like, oh, it's so soft, it's so smooth, all that stuff. I love it because it's also that I would say was the true thing where it got under the skin of the host club of we might actually be outclassed because we would very much love to do that, but
we can't think about it in a pure way.
Right. Haruhi would probably get a slight bit miffed if we were to do that. So damn it.
That would be the quickest, potentially stereotypical, depends on how much of a straight man she plays into the whole thing. Baka, if any of that kind of stuff was to happen there.
And I love that when it finally ends up coming to a climax, right, and they don the outfits and everything, and oh my god, honey, he's so
slayed.
Adorable. He's slayed, right? So cute.
Kyoya as well.
Kyoya.
Pretty decent.
Kyoya rocked that outfit.
Yeah, the twins were a bit over the top, but that was more the voices.
But I just want to point out that the reaction of how Haruhi responded to all of this. It was fantastic because we know what's going on, us the audience. Haruhi knows what's going on. She's sensible, right?
Yeah.
She's just surprised that it actually happened. Just like we're surprised that this episode actually happened, right? So, of course, she just starts guffawing.
Yeah.
And
deep laughing.
And then when the twins and Honey are like, wait, Haruhi, what's going on? She starts crawling away from them as fast as she can because she's just like, I can't. No, can't do it. That was it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. That's the best way to describe it. Yes.
Right. And then of course for Takashi, they're like, Yeah, no, he's still he's so dude bro. We can't like possibly restrain that manliness.
Yeah, he is very secure in his masculinity, and he will remain so.
Well, I also like to think of it as being something where, like, Takashi, because he doesn't say much, we don't know how sensible he is, right? Because in some ways, by not getting swept up in a lot of the antics of the host club, you could say he's sensible second to Kyoya and Haruhi, right?
True.
But we don't know because he doesn't say anything.
Yeah, better to close your mouth and have everyone think you're an idiot than to open your mouth and have everyone realize that you are.
Right, exactly. So I'm not sure if that's also something of him potentially just being like, no, this isn't necessary, guys. And then Kyoya's just like, sure, I'll go along with the bit because, you know, it'll this is how we make money, basically, right? I'll get some candid shots and it'll be wonderful.
Yes.
Him taking pictures of Haruhi when she was all frustrated over the pen was great.
That was fantastic.
And the whole parallel between, they can't buy instant coffee without Haruhi, and then, we sold your pen and you're pissed. Yep. We're going to give you this pen. We find out that the pen not only is free, but it's easily and readily available.
Right.
But because they are so conditionally able to function in society, right?
Yeah.
They can't just get her the pen back.
Nope.
Because they probably wouldn't know how.
Yeah. Or maybe, and this is a thing that I feel like is a little bit interesting here. There was a thing that Haruhi was relegated to do this episode that I think is rather apropos. It is a bit of this is why she was outside the club and bumped into the Zuka club first, thus was brought in to set up the whole antics for Tamaki's over-the-top reaction to the kabedon and just being carried in the arms
Gotta say,
of Benibara.
You could potentially learn some things, Tamaki.
But let's bring up the idea that if the host club asks Haruhi, hey, go get that instant coffee, why do I have to do it? You know, you have literally a manager here who could go and do it. It's like, well, none of us know where it is.
Ringa doesn't leave her cave.
Well, right, also, but none of us know where to find it. Any of you could have just gone and done an internet search and found out where it is and stuff.
I see. Yes. Continue.
There's a possibility that it was more of a thing of where they're like, no, but that's a bit maybe beneath us. We're going to have you do it because...
okay.
Yeah, no.
Gotcha.
No. You're the commoner. It feels very similar to the thing that the Zuka Club had a lot of the problems with, which is
I see.
Well, because you're a woman, for a woman, then you can then do these things.
And that is true. A lot of their misconception about the fact that Haruhi would even join them was based on the whole thing of, but because of her female sensibilities, she will be better suited to that club. How could we not have seen this? You know?
And it felt really kind of mature in a way to have the story be based along the idea of both parties assuming things about the main female character, because that aspect of assuming things about a person's role in the story defined by their sex or gender is just something that people can end up doing if they're not self-aware or mature enough to go and ask genuine questions to understand and connect with people. So therefore, Haruhi is not really like upset at either side for any of their assumptions. She handles both parties rather respectfully.
She can handle their bad assumptions just fine. Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
But I love the idea that when it comes down to it, the extreme sides of things have interesting topics that they're pointing at and being like, hey, you know, you can point a little bit at this there, but Haruhi in the middle just being like, I don't have to. I don't have to fall into a camp necessarily.
To your preconceptions.
Yeah.
And while the how should I say this? While the things that ended up happening in this episode as a result of the preconceptions were very extreme, this like preconceptions happen all the time.
Oh, totally.
Right? Yeah. And people do really silly things as a result of them. maybe not quite this obvious and extreme.
No, definitely
but
not.
they happen.
But they do happen.
Yeah.
And
So
very often.
So the thing that I thought you were going to say as a point with the whole Haruhi going to get the instant coffee and that it's easy to get and all that stuff, but none of them did.
Right.
Almost felt like like it was like you were going to say that it was poking fun at the whole reverse harem setting. In that if any of them say like Haruhi, right?
Oh, sure.
They could very easily just go get the instant coffee.
Right.
But they don't for whatever reason, because they're proud, because they don't think they can or whatever, or, you know. But, like...
Because they're a bunch of dinguses.
Because they're a bunch of dinguses,
That's my
basically.
shorthand answer
Yeah,
for most
right,
of it.
exactly. And, you know, but, like... Haruhi cares about all of them, you know? She's like, yeah, I want to be at this host club, you know? Like,
and it's no big deal for me to go and do it. I mean, I'm gonna, you know,
I'll be like,
you guys are
grumble
really
and all
being,
that stuff.
Like, that stupid that, like, oh, you need me to do it.
Yeah, it's the
fine.
You don't have to do it. It's totally optional. But have a great trip.
Well, that was the thing with regards to the expose of all the clubs and stuff. She was like, they were like, that's totally optional, so you don't have to go to that, you know.
Oh, gotcha. I thought that was about getting the coffee.
No, they were basically being like, you're free. You have no obligations. Please, please, please go get the coffee. We're going to massage your head, clean your clothes, do all these things. Pamper. Please go do this thing for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked that because it showed that they were like, please, we're begging you. Please do this thing. But it's so easy and simple. And yet, like, while they came maybe dangerously close to certain preconceptions about it, it was based on an ability thing. So maybe there's some wholesomeness of it. And that they were like, well, you know where it is, so.
Right. Also, by the way, any of the people of the host club that say, like, oh, I don't know, have been stressing about how much time they get to spend with Haruhi, Tamaki. You could have easily just been like, you know what?
I'll go with you.
I'm very much wanting to figure out how to associate with the commoners. You know?
I think that's the part where maybe their pride comes in a little bit, is that they don't want to go to commoner associated places.
Unless
that's a bit of an assumption,
right?
You know, but
and I would agree with the caveat being that when they do, it's as a it's like going to the zoo.
Exactly. Because they're really condescending at times. Unaware that they are some of the time.
Right. They
but
think they're being
just
just the most, like, wonderful, awesome person ever.
Of course. Yeah. But the speed at which they went from joke to joke, from gag to gag to
was great.
Dramatic, I mean, really dramatic scenes was a joy. This episode was a rip-roar, fast-paced romp.
Yep.
And I want to watch it again, like immediately in the dub, just to see what the differences are, because I cannot wait to hear the Lobelia characters' voices.
Well, why don't we do our own little fan dub here and harmonize?
Nope.
Nope. Come on.
Nope.
I know you want to do it.
Nope.
You want to do it?
Nope. I don't. I really don't.
Nope.
Kill me. I really do not. I'm sorry. With the episode kind of being, just a closed box with regards to everything, there was a little bit of a hint of them potentially being a recurring set of characters.
We will take you down one of these days.
Yeah, and so this declaration of war between clubs seems rather interesting. And there have only been a couple things in the story that are really recurring. Like, Renga is a great example of a recurring character thus far.
And I love her shtick.
Oh, it's amazing. But given that this one feels almost like something that could be put on a grander scale because there's a crew of them, because it's a whole club, there's another school attached to it, there's all this
proper
culture
rivalry
associated with it. Right. It is not just a rivalry between a person and another person, going at it on the same,
it's between two entities.
Like sport or something.
And given how much... we got some of the practical aspects of the business side of things and how they keep the place afloat, which is surprising to me that they're actually able to rake in that much cash.
Yeah, but what is that?
What it has to do with it is that then when they end up going into these group-based rivalry conflicts, assuming it doesn't all just revolve around Haruhi, but even if it does, we can get into some crazy shenanigans that we normally probably wouldn't because it's a bigger scale. Right. You've
So,
got
like,
two
competitions-
organizations that will do crazy, over the top, ridiculous things
So like
in order to achieve their
competitions of
goal.
sorts.
Yeah, exactly.
Where like Kyoya's setting up some kind of dramatic stakes that are
Right,
like,
and then they have to
material.
one up each other and all of that stuff, and like, yeah.
I could see that. One of the things that could be rather interesting is that they all take turns like trying to seduce Haruhi or something, or like. Like,
oh my god!
Like just a thing of where they're like, we want to see who can get her to blush, like who can
Sure.
be the first
Yeah,
person to get her to blush or something. That would be a perfect kind of competition that would make sense.
Oh my god! I could see that getting absolutely
insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, presentation wise, this episode
Excellent.
fantastic.
Oh my god!
The gags, the story, everything in general, ridiculously good. But
Yep.
also, I would say this was one of those episodes that had like a lot of surprising depth at times, to where it was a big gag episode to set up this new mini cast of characters. So I love these types of episodes in my comedy anime. You know,
Yeah.
So yeah,
boy.
anything you want to say before we finish it?
I mean, just, something I've said before from previous episodes, but this show has no chill. Like it.
Yeah, let's go.
And it's great. I love it.
Yeah. So, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. So you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
Yes, we stream every weekday. The info's in the description below.
Yes, if any that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.